Hey guys, what are you doing? I'm Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. I'm just sitting here sipping a venti iced coffee with 2 extra shots of espresso and 2 equal, because that's my drink of choice. And I am boiling because our air conditioning went out 2 days ago. And it's Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend. And if you do not know, I live in Indianapolis, which Indianapolis is super famous for one thing, and that is Indianapolis 500. That race is this weekend on Sunday, and basically what it means is that the entire city of Chicago, the entire city of Indianapolis shuts down for the weekend. And there is no way we can get somebody out here to fix our air conditioning before the weekend. So it's literally like right now, I just looked at the thermostat, it's like 85 in our house. It is so hot. My poor dogs are like dying, and I'm like keeping them in the basement where it's really cool. But anyway, I had nothing to do today, and so I was trying to stay away from half-price books because I knew that they had a 20% off sale, and I thought, well, I'm such a book addict. Like, I am so addicted to buying books, and I was like, well, I'll just go get a coffee, and then I was like driving, and I was like, you know, there's another half-price books like 10 miles from here. Why don't I just go there and see if they have anything? Because I had really been wanting to read a Stephanie Perkins book. Excuse me, and I'll talk about that in a second. But the reason why I wanted to read her was based on another book. This is like crazy how I'm getting into this whole conversation. But anyway, so I went to the other half-price books. I ended up like buying like 5 books. And then I went to my half-price, God, I wish I owned one. I went to the half-price books that I normally go to, and I bought like 5 more books there. And so I have all these books, and so I thought, well, what do you do when you have so many books? You do a book haul, right? I already, sitting over there on my bookshelves, have my June book haul already. That is how pathetic this is. Like, I am so addicted to buying books. And the thing is I read a lot of books. Like, I read like 3 to 5 books a week, but there is no way that I can possibly keep up with all of these books that I've read. And I mean, I just find more and more things that I want to read. So anyway, I'm going to go through these books real quick and explain to you, but a really cute thing happened to me when I was at the half-price books that I usually go to. And I was in the row of like young adult fiction or teen fiction, and there were these 2 girls that came around the corner, and like one of them was probably like 18 to 20, and the other one was probably like 15 or 16. They were obviously sisters, and they had like a grocery cart with like filled with books, right? And I was just kind of like looking at them, like they were so cute, and they were talking. I mean, they were like, "Oh my God, did you see this new cover?" And they were like talking about all these new covers of books and stuff. And then they went to the Cassandra Clare section, and they about lost their mind on some new cover of Clockwork Angel. And so I said to them, I go, oh, have you guys read those books? And they're like, they looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, have you not read Cassandra Clare? And I was like, no, I got her first book in the Mortal Instruments. And they were like, oh my God, you have to read them. They're so good. These girls were so passionate about it. And I was like, you guys should start a booktube channel. You're so cute. You're so passionate about this kind of stuff. I mean, they were so excited. And the older one looked at me and she goes, my sister and I didn't used to get along, and we started like enjoying the same books, and now when I'm at college, she like messages me and like tells me about a new book that's coming out, or we'll like Skype each other and talk about books. And I thought, there's so many siblings that don't get along. That is so cool that they get along for like their interest of like liking the books. So anyway, and I use okay, just so you know, because I know a lot of offensive things have been going around on the internet lately, I use the word cute to mean anything that I like. So like, this coffee is really cute. Like, this is a cute coffee. So I don't want you guys to think that I mean cute means like beautiful, whatever, like society's perceptions of that. And I'm not getting into all that again. But anyway, here's my book haul. And I'm just gonna randomly pick books that I bought. Well, actually, first one, let me show you this. I've been meaning to buy these for a while, and I really couldn't make the financial commitment because I didn't know that I would like them or not. But I am obsessed with zombies, zombie movies, and especially The Walking Dead. And I'm like one of the original people that started watching it from the very beginning when I didn't have a huge following. That sounds really arrogant. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean that like later I would tell people, have you watched a series? And they're like, no, I've never heard of it. So anyway, I love The Walking Dead. I love Fear of the Walking Dead probably more. And so a couple of my friends were like, have you read the graphic novels? And I was like, no. And I've always kind of been a little intimidated by graphic novels. I don't know why. I just feel like, I don't know that I can get into it. So I was sitting there, and they had all of the graphic novels for The Walking Dead. So I probably screwed up somebody's plan because I just bought the first 3. And so now they have like 4 through whatever, the rest of them. Have you guys read these? Do you think I'll like them? Peekaboo. Anyway, I hope I will. I'm really excited about them. They look absolutely, you know, like the coolest thing in the world. So I am not a big graphic novel reader. Oh, scratch that. I've never read a graphic novel in my life. So if you guys have any suggestions that you think that I would really like, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, the next book, I'm just gonna talk about this one. So I found Stephanie Perkins, Anna and the French Kiss. And this is like, I think, the original cover. And honestly, I really didn't want the original cover. And I really wanted to read the Lola book. I can't remember what it's called. You guys can correct me below. But anyway, Lola and the something something. Anyway, but I got this book and I was so excited about it. And the reason I wanted this book was because I read the Christmas or the holiday anthology, My True Love Gave to Thee or Me. I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, and her story in there, I loved. It was like my favorite one besides Rainbow Rowell's and Midnights. I loved that one. But hers was so good in there, and so I looked it up to see who it was, and it was Stephanie Perkins, who I had heard so much about. So I was like, I'm gonna read one of her books. And guess what? When I got the copy, look what I found. It says right there, autographed copy. And sure enough, I turned to the first page, and there it is, Stephanie Perkins' autograph. Like, why would you sell back an autographed copy of a book? Like, that would be such a good book to write, is like, you find somebody's book in a bookstore and you're so upset with the fact that they gave it away that you like try to hunt them down and find out who they are, like what their whole backstory is. You guys should write that book. Okay, the next book is Winter Girls by Lori Hall Sanderson. I have read a bunch of her stuff. I feel like she's kind of like middle grade to teen fiction a little bit. I feel like her writing is more middle grade. I love her stuff. I loved Speak. It was one of my favorite books of all time. I used to work with teenage girls specifically, and it was a book that I would give them as an assignment to read. I just thought it was so well done. So anyway, I'm real excited about this one. This one is, I don't know, about these best friends, and one of them dies, and it's about the other one that gets over it. If you guys have read this and you have anything to say about it, let me know. The next book is, so I am trying to kind of go back and forth between like YA and adult. There's just not that many, good adult novels out there that I want to read. I have like read a lot of the classical literature, which is really interesting. I really fall more towards Southern lit. I love like Carson McCullers and Eudora Welty and Faulkner and those kinds of things. But as far as like classic literature, like I read a lot of that in college because my undergraduate degree is in English and film studies. But I have not read this book, and so many people have recommended Nabokov's, I'm just killing that name, but Lolita. So I think it's kind of a cool cover. The other cover just set it across there, and I was like, no, I want kind of a fun cover. I've never read this. Can you believe that? It's really controversial. Supposedly about an older man that becomes kind of obsessed with a younger girl. So I'm going to read that. And then the next book that I got was Kill the Boy Band by Goldie Moldavsky. I actually first saw this book on Tumblr. And it's about, I saw all these reviews of it on Tumblr, which I thought was really interesting because I see a lot of like Bookstagram kind of stuff on Tumblr. Oh my Lord. Excuse me, let me take a break. Whoo! Mama. Okay, but I have never really seen like book reviews and things like that. And it says, just know from the start it wasn't supposed to go like this. All we wanted was to get near them. That's why we got a room in the hotel where they were staying. We were not planning to kidnap one of them, especially not the most useless one. But we had him, his room keys, his cell phone, and his secrets. We were not planning on what happened next. We swear. Zoom. Anyway, I think it sounds really good. And I actually love the cover. I love anything pink and black. It's very kind of like 90s punk a little bit. So I'm real excited about that one. Then the next book I got was The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And all I will say is that this is a big part of the next book that I am reading or writing. So I need to revisit this book because I've read it long time ago. And if you've seen the movie but you've never read the book, read the book. I mean, it's so fantastic. And the world that he creates is just incredible. And I have to say that this is not my favorite copy, but this is the only copy that they had. It's just like real heavy, and it kind of reminds me of like something you'd see in like an elementary school. I don't love it, but anyway. Okay, and then the next book I got, I'm real late to the game on this, boys and girls, is If I Stay by Gail Forman. I was watching one of Christine's videos the other day about the new Gail Forman video coming out, and I seriously like had to pull into a parking lot. I was laughing my ass off so bad. Her little skit videos are so funny, and I was like, this is so, like, I can't believe I've never read a Gail Forman book, because I do like contemporary, like, young adult, contemporary romance. I don't love it, but I like it. It has to be a little awkward and different. But I've read some of her, like, I've read, like, excerpts of her stuff, and I really liked it, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I've never seen the movie either, so I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to watch the movie, and my husband will kill me, because I made him watch The Fifth Wave the other night, and I was like, oh my god, these Rick Yancey books are so good. Like, I'm obsessed with the Fifth Wave series, and I think the third one just came out this week. And we watched The Fifth Wave. Have you guys seen this movie? It is horrible. It does no justice to the books whatsoever. And I listened to the audio version too, and the audio version was like 10 times as good, 10 times better than the book, but the books are phenomenal. I mean, I loved those books so much, and I love the girl Cassie, the main character, and why she, like, all this stuff, and I just like the movie. It's just like, ooh, I don't know. Okay, then the next book I got was called Buzzkill by Beth Fantasky. All these people have these names that are real difficult to pronounce. I'm not really good at that. So anyway, I was so excited. Okay, I've seen this book at the bookstore like 5 times and haven't bought it, but I love the color. I love bright colors on books. See, like, this kind of stuff is smart for Peter Mon's buys because it just catches my eye. This kind of just like floats in the background, see? Anyway, but this one is called Buzzkill. It's by Beth. Okay, it says, Millie Ostermeyer's plan to coast through senior years right on track until she stumbles upon the bludgeoned body of Honeywell's High's despised football coach, and her dad is accused of murder. Suddenly, Millie's failing grades in French class, string of boring stories for the school paper, and dreams of backpacking the world post-graduation are taking a backseat to clearing her father's names. With only a stack of old Nancy Drew books to guide her, Millie sets out to solve the murder, starting with an investigation of the Honeywell Stinger's hot blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then it says, and perfect Nancy Drew really saved her life. Her father, especially when the evidence Millie unearths, along with the bombshell betrayal, casts everyone around her in doubt. I don't know, will she? It sounds pretty good. Did you guys like how fast I got on that? It says, and on the back of it, it's like nothing about this book. It's all about her other books. That's interesting. Anyway, have you guys read this? Have you heard anything about it? I'm excited. And the last book, I was really waiting for this to come out on Audible, but I got Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. And it says on here something like 3 incredible authors. Now, I'm just going to ask you guys this question. If you're kind of read like I am, but you're not super well read, which one of those authors, like, it's like one of those things in the back of a highlights magazine. Which one doesn't fit, okay? And it says back here, a trio of today's best-selling authors. I have never in my life heard of Maureen Johnson and Lauren Miracle. I mean, I have never. I've heard of John Green, obviously. I did a stalking video about him. But anyway, I really wanted to read this. It's about a blizzard that happens in a small town and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to read the synopsis to you. This coffee is like making me like hiccup and belch and all kinds of horrible things. Horrible, horrible things. So anyway, go check it out below if you want. I don't know why I said below. Go check it out on Amazon or Half Price Books or something. I couldn't actually believe that I got a copy of this at Half Price Books. It's so weird. Like, I went to 2 different Half Price Books, and like one had all of this stuff and the other one had all this other kind of stuff. It was crazy to me. And one Half Price Books, Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Am I even pronouncing that book right? But anyway, why am I holding this up like this? It was there, and it was like $14.99. At the other Half Price Books, it was $7.49. I mean, the exact same book. And you don't see it in my book haul, so I didn't buy it. Because I've already bought the Mortal Instruments first book. And I'm like, I've got to read that first to even see if I like her. So, have you done a book haul? Do you have any suggestions for me? Are there more books I should buy? Because I now have 30-something on my kitchen counter, and my husband was like, are you going to ever, like, read these books or put them in the bookshelf or do something with them? I was like, I don't know, I kind of just like how they look over there. You can't see, but the kitchen's like over. This is the kitchen behind us over here, do you see? It's kind of dusty because we don't cook, we eat out a lot. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to do some other videos this weekend. Let's see. I'm going to do the unpopular book tag, and then I'm also going to do what was my week like on BookTube on Sunday. So I will see you guys later. Bye.